Hello everybody, Monday afternoon, Medford Knife and Tool, MKT USA, Amy Medford here. Today concluded the EWA show. I think we did really well, even though I wasn't there. I've been going back and forth with Greg, and he seems to be on his way to recovery. He went to a doctor 2 times while he was there because the first time they prescribed apparently medication that didn't quite work. And I remember his doctor here in the United States was saying, "Oh, that's not going to work." And I said, "Oh, ye of little faith." And lo and behold, 2 days later, Greg had to go back to the doctor and get different meds. What a nightmare. But he's apparently on the mend. Today concluded the show. He's probably already on his flight to London for a couple days there to go to the Tank Museum. And I think there's an aircraft museum he's going to as well. So now he can hopefully just try and relax a little bit and have a couple days of just relaxing and sightseeing and doing some fun stuff. He works really hard, so he needs that break. And then back to Phoenix, and then I think we're done with trade shows until Blade Show in June. So I have knives headed out today to a very brand new reseller that we met at last year's SHOT Show. Michael Godnich is the contact there. The name of the company is a mouthful. Here we go. Oceanic and Gulf Tactical Products. I think they also go by OGTF. They do have a website, but it's not quite fully functional. So if you go to oceanandgulf.com, it doesn't pull up fully yet. So I would just call them directly. Call Michael at 409-457-1240, or feel free to email him at m.godinich@oceanicandgulf.com. And they're in Texas City, Texas. So let's see what we got. Very first partial order for them ever, so I'm sure they are excited. We have a Colonial G here with a PVD coated blade. Got a little bit of dander there. PVD coated D2 blade, a black G10 handle, flamed hardware, and a PVD coated spring side. You can see the clip has been flamed as well. So Colonial G. It is one of the few knives that I can do this with, and obviously not very well. Let's get a better grip. There we go. So for smaller hands, a really easy knife to manipulate, get open and closed. Panzer, the new Panzer. Actually, this is the last generation Panzer. You'll see some changes come through on the designs of some of our knives. You'll see the forward finger, the drop down groove here slightly changed. The breaker is changing. Yeah, you can tell this isn't old because it's got the billet or popsicle style clip. Very cool sandy shoals bead blasted on here with a light violet to gray fade. I really like this effect. It's interesting because at different angles it looks like it's been sculpted on, but that is all bead blasted. Panzer. All right, new generation Marauder with 440 hardware. D2 Tonto tumbled blade, tumbled handle and spring. So Terminator style with just a little bit of pop with the flamed hardware and clip. I feel like if you're going to go if you're going to do a tumbled blade, going all tumbled is an awesome way to go, because it does have this very classic Terminator style effect, and a little bit of flaming on the hardware and clip gives it just enough bling, just enough pop to add some interest to it. But if you do want some bling, check that out. Thin blade, so Marauder is a drop point, thin, slim blade, 0.190 inch thick as opposed to the 0.260 inch. So this is a kind of a very rare knife. I've sent a couple out recently. I think you saw one with a carbon fiber handle. This one has sculpted handles, bronze on the strip down the middle. It's got some violet on the perimeters and on the spine. And it's a Vulcan blade, believe it or not. Hard to see that, but it's a D2 Vulcan drop point, slim bladed Marauder. Very light in the hand. I mean, a significant difference there. So if you're looking for a Marauder and the typical size Marauder is a little bit too much for you to handle, this one is the one for you. And last of their shipment today, a micro Praetorian tuxedo style PVD D2 Tonto blade, handle, spring, and tumbled titanium clip, standard stainless steel hardware, and MP3 breaker as usual. Occasionally we do PVD coated breakers, but only by request, and there is an additional charge. But generally they are NP3 nickel Teflon coated, a very ruddy performing breaker. So Micro Praetorian T. All right, cool. So those are all headed out today to Michael at OGTP. That's what I'm going to call him. Everything else is a little too much for me to handle. Oh my gosh, which reminds me, so Friday night's been a long week. I'm really tired. It's nighttime. The kids are like, can you read us a book? So they pick out Circus McGurkus. And I don't know if you've ever read like a really serious Dr. Seuss tongue-twisting book at the end of the day, but I highly recommend against it, ever. Don't do it. The kids are like, what's the matter with you, Mom? Are you drunk? I'm like, no, I'm tired. I can't. You try this. Dr. Seuss. Evil man. All right, so that's it. Knives headed out to Michael at OGTP. Greg is in London. If you're there and you want to reach out to him, he'll be there tonight. Too late to do anything probably, but tomorrow, the next 2 days, he'll be there. So you'll be seeing me very soon again, filming another video. Until then, I'm out.